this part, I will be handling the challenges of becoming an advocate. The possible areas that you get to learn as you join after you get the license or you join the bar. You can either practice as a private advocate in your own law firm. Those are private practitioners. Or you can join a company in their legal department. We call those ones in-house counsels. So they offer legal advice to the company and how it runs, and if they deal with external advocates who are assisting that company to advise and such kind of advocates, as such kind of services. Then you can also work as an academia. Academia is now the ones who are lecturing, the ones who are assisting students now, if it's the undergraduate, master's, PhD. So you become a lecturer. So those are the team in academia. Or you can now work with the government. Those are now state council. If you're in the Attorney General's office, who handles civil matters, where I am, I work under the Office of the Attorney General and Department of Justice, a department called the Advocates Complaints Commission, where we assist members of the public who have been mishandled, for lack of a better word, by advocates. So it's like an oversight role, kind of a mandate that we play. We try to inspire greater public confidence in the legal profession. There are people who feel the legal profession is not very well handled, so we try to assist to improve that. So we create awareness to members of the public how they should deal with their advocates and how the advocates should conduct themselves, so that we have lower cases of professional misconduct by advocates, so that the profession is held in high regard, and members of the public receive the best service from advocates. Yes, and so you can be a state counsel working with the AG or the ODPP, the Office of the Deputy Director of Public Prosecution. There you become a prosecution counsel, so you represent the state in criminal matters. Or you can work in a ministry, the ministry, maybe Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the different ministries in the country. Or you can work in the counties now. Right now we have the counties, the county assembly or the executive or the county. You just offer your services in the county level. Other lawyers join politics. So the one category also is politics. Lawyers also become politicians. They join the legislature, the parliament. Oh, then you can also work in the NGO board, no, in the NGO World, in their department. So companies or NGOs, you can also work in NGOs, where you assist the NGOs, you advocate for rights that are geared towards that NGO. And now international organizations like the UN and other organizations. Yes, so the law degree can open different avenues, and it's good that you go through the school so that your opportunities are more, because others just said to do the legal and continue. You can master, which is normally around 1 to 2 years, and then you do your PhD, where you become a professor. No, in the PhD you are a professor and higher than that. So those are the different avenues for you to work when you become an advocate. The journey is from campus. I finished my campus in, that's to be around 8 years now. I finished in 2014, then my KSL, Kenya School of Law, in 2016. 2015, 2016. Then I got admitted in 2017. Now I've been practicing. I did a bit of private practice Shortly then thereafter, around 6 or so months, then I got my job in the government under AG, and I've been with them since to now. I think I will share my experiences, how my journey has been there post 5 years post admission. I think I should do a video on that, the lessons I've learned this far. Yes, so generally that's how to be an advocate, and the challenges, the expectation by members of the public, that you're supposed to be rich very fast, so it's a pressure on young advocates. And of course the studying, the journey of the whole journey is a bit long, and it's rigorous. So it's quite engaging, so you need to really determine to engage a number of books to read, time, so committing time, committing effort, committing your mind, some need to some fun activities, you need to sacrifice some bit of your fun activities to focus. Then time of exams, you need to really be to study a lot. There's more pressure actually during exams. Yes, because you need to give those points, the case law, the examples, so that you communicate. Yeah, you can fail sometimes. There's a unit I failed in my undergraduate. But I had to resit. It was my first time to fail an exam. I had not failed an exam before, so in campus is when I failed my first time. But later I've had other failures, and I've learned to grow through failing or mistake. So you can fail a unit. Yes, so but it's okay. You bounce back out of a failure or a mistake. You learn where I failed, where did I understand. I remember that unit, I went in the exam room, I just saw like the lecturer was asking the same thing for all the questions. So I just used the same cases, just adjusting them differently, because I just thought it's the same thing. There's nothing different. So yeah, so you can fail. So that's other challenge. And when you fail, sometimes it's very heavy. Actually, now your family and other people are really expecting, how can you be in a university and you're failing, how, and all that. So it can have a lot of pressure on you. Am I in the right place? Yes. The other challenge, you can feel what they call the imposter syndrome. You feel you don't qualify enough. Maybe it's a mistake or kind of a thing. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. You start doubting if was I meant to do this thing, and seeing other people really excelling at what they're doing can be a challenge. Then there are also personality issues. Sometimes you might feel your personality is not really cut out for the field. So especially if you are an introvert, kind of a someone. For me, I think like my when I was in high school, no one would have thought that I would be in the legal. I was very quiet, very quiet. I think even a bit of campus, I started learning to speak more with time. Yes, maybe it will be in my mind to write it, but not really vocalize it. So you might struggle with that a bit if you're not very vocal, very argumentative or such. So balancing your personality and your field is also a challenge if you're in that space. Yes, that can happen to you, but you learn with time. It's not necessarily that for you to be a good advocate, you need to be very loud. I think as I joined, as the years went by, in campus, I saw there were lecturers who were very um, they were quiet. They were calm, they were composed, yet they were very amazing. They were like on point. One of my lecturers was, I think the one I met, the first one I felt was quite not very a lot, but very like she knew her stuff. That was Lady Justice Pauline Nyamoya. I think she was the first one I met when, I think, is it first or second year. She came to teach us, and the first time she was coming to class, she was very composed, very articulate, very knowing her thing. So I said, oh, okay, there are people who are not very, they're not so loud. So not that we have a problem with advocates being so loud, but most of us advocates are quite loud. Yeah. So seeing her, and now others, there are other professors I've met, they're not so loud, but they are rich. Their body of knowledge, the way they present, the way they articulate points is amazing. So that really encouraged me to keep on, that it's okay to just be you, and your niche in law will continue to take shape as you continue. And the beauty of it is that law is in every field, in fashion, entertainment, in education, in traffic, in criminal, in all manner of fields, in medical, in accounting, in shipping, in every branch of law, in human resource, in every branch of law, that as in any field, you see, in housing, in real estate, property, everything has an aspect of law in it. So depending on your interest, you can, in media, everything has law in it. So in environment, like everything you name it, it has an aspect of law. So that one really encouraged me, that you know, you find your interest, and then now you see how law, you can now narrow down your law to 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 serve you for that purpose. Yes, I think those are the main challenges. Also some challenges now, relationship with your lecturers, in campus, in Counsel, or your supervisors. You can you need to now learn how to build a good relationship with them, so that you're able to learn well and have a good time in campus, in college, and Counsel. And also doing your assignments, making time to balance yourself. Then the other challenge is now handling all that, the pressure that comes with the field, the actual dealing with clients now, the expectation of the client. Sometimes the client can really come can be on your case a lot, especially when you're starting, trying to put structures, trying to know yourself, to find yourself. Then you have to deliver on the mandate of the client. So handling clients also, as you begin, as you journey on, is an aspect that needs to be prepared for, so that also you don't become a culprit at the complaints commission. Yes, that you have misconducted yourself. Then also being able to present sound law, sound argument, things that make sense, and then balancing more your morality, issues of morals, and the law. Sometimes the law is not really, it can perpetuate an injustice, like it can encourage an injustice in some way. uh, like a number of people asking, how can an advocate represent a murderer? That's a common question that is asked. But see, the law has a way in how it operates, because there are criteria that it operates under. You need to prove what is called mens rea and actus reus. The intention in your mind, that's the mens rea, and the actual act. So if there's a gap, then now you say someone might have committed an offense, but the law does not does not the law does not catch the person because of its own limitations. Yes, so now trying to balance that, when you're in the mix of that, then you're seeing the victims and now seeing how to balance all that. Yet it's the law again. So now calling for review in some of those laws. Uh, Now some of the pains that a client has gone through can weigh you down as the advocate, because you feel their pain, you feel the pain of the client, and now trying to separate your own emotions, your biases, your own experiences, now to just be objective to handle the advocate, no, the client's matter before the court, and just the law itself, sometimes can be quite a challenge. And then there are also pressures from outside. Now the system itself, through the judiciary, the executive, and the legislature, parliament, cabinet, and the courts. The whole system, sometimes it conflicts with each other, and then now the advocate is at the center of it all. So this one wants this, the executive wants this, the parliamentarians want this, the courts want this, Mwananchi wants this. So balancing all that, and you're the one maybe handling the matter before court, that can be a challenge. Then the notion that only the court lawyer, the one who is practicing in court, is the real lawyer, but the others are not real lawyers or real advocates, is a challenge. Sometimes you are not really cut out for the courts, and you are good in behind the scenes, like the in-house, but people want you to be seen in the courts, because the notion is that only advocates are for the courts alone. But there's a lot that goes behind the scenes, like transactional lawyers, commercial lawyers. Most of the time don't go to court, they just do the behind the scenes. The ones who go to court are called litigators. So they litigate, they present the case. So not every advocate will do the litigation, but most people, society identifies more with the litigator than these other branches of law. So when you're trying to grow yourself, there's that pressure of trying to get your path. Yes, for now I'm in the ethics, the research areas, and continuing to nurture my path and environmental law studies. That's what I'm currently doing for my further studies. So it will continue to take shape as it goes on. So it's a day at a time. But I'm thankful to God for the opportunity to have learned. Parents and relatives play a key role when you're doing your studies. Support your children, because it really helps when you have someone to encourage. Sometimes even the family might not have all the experience, all the knowledge. Maybe you're the first child that you're doing that law, but they can just encourage you. So maybe a child is the one who is starting in a new field. Just encourage them. Maybe they come home, they are so weary, they are discouraged. Encourage them to keep on. The support system really does good for the student, especially now when they're in the school part and the practice. But then when you're in the field, also you need encouragement. That so that you continue keeping on and getting enough mentors to work with and learn from. Yeah, and just being willing to learn and grow and shape each other. And yeah, the comparison syndrome sometimes also. Yeah, we as humans, we commonly compare ourselves. So when you want to divert, you wonder, should I divert to this area or I maintain this area? So it's a mix of experiences. So all that is the making of an advocate, but it's a good profession, there's the money bit. Money is charged through the advocate remuneration order. It's a scale that gives estimates of what you should charge for each service that you give to the mwananchi. So that one it's a start for when you're starting out. It guides you. So that's the measure that you get as you serve the money. So there's the expectation that you'll have money. No, but it's a journey before you get all the money. Yeah. So it takes time. So it shouldn't. Sometimes you feel the pressure that you're supposed to have all this glamour, all these nice suits, all this when you're starting, but because the expectation that the legal profession is very prestigious, you become rich very fast. No, it's a journey before you get there. Yes. So the guiding law is the Constitution. The Constitution is the mother law. Like it gives a skeleton of, 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 of all the laws. Then now the statutes now feed into the Constitution. Like the Constitution may provide for rights for children, but there's a further act. For instance, okay, let me use the environment. There's a section in the Constitution about environment, but then there'll be the Environmental Management Coordination Act, that's called MCA, which now breaks down what does these sections on the environment mean, what goes into that. So that's the difference between the Constitution and the statutes or acts of Parliament. So the Constitution just gives a skeleton, a sketch of how things should be done in the country, but then the statutes now now give specifics. Then now there'll be regulations, which now further down the statutes some specific areas that needs to be handled in a particular way. So there's the Constitution, then the Act, then the subsidiary. They call them subsidiary laws or regulations. So the subsidiary feed into the statutes feed into the Constitution. That's how it goes, and it guides the legal profession. Yes, thank you so much. I hope you have learned the experience of a lawyer or an advocate. Sorry, a lawyer is loosely used, but the lawyer has not become an advocate. The lawyer has just done general law, but has not gone through the Kenya School of Law and taken the oath of office. And he has not been sworn to the bar. That's a lawyer. But an advocate has been sworn to the bar, has signed the role, and now can practice, can represent you in court and all that. So when we say lawyer, advocate, we need to know, practically speaking, technically speaking, they are not the same. Lawyer has just done law, maybe the undergraduate or some studies, but the advocate is the one who has finished all that journey, which is close to 6 to 7 years. Before you finish, sometimes it can take longer because of other experiences in life. Yes, thank you so much. We'll see you in the next video. If you want to, you can comment in the comment section which other fields you wish to be featured in our career segment. I hope to be bringing more other practitioners in different fields, so that if you're interested in a field, you know what does it take to be in that field, and what can you do to achieve that qualification as a student, and what, as you as a parent, can you do to encourage your child to take your path when they have shown interest in that field. Thank you so much. See you in the next video. Bye bye.